here is an article that I found that came up on competitions that I was in, some of my teammates and stuff, and so this was a tournament that I won. It was like a district tournament that had a couple of top guys at St. Mary's, and I beat one of the guys that at that I think he went for like one round and forfeited or something like that. I forget. And then there was Becton, which was a huge rival, our biggest rival, and he was a guy at the time who was ranked high up in the states as well. And I pinned him again, a very quick pin, about 20 seconds. So, and then I lost in the like final round, the final. So we were going for first, whatever. It was a guy from Hasbrook Heights, and I lost because I was so exhausted, tired, cutting weight. I was a huge 130 pound, like huge. It was really hard for me that weight. I was really probably I was always, my body would go from 130 right back up to like 145, 150, like real quick. So it was really hard because I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people didn't believe I was 130 pounds. It was only because of the fact that I was cutting weight, but it says yes. While he primarily wrestled at 130 pounds, he was part of a murderous row of middleweights. That's just an understatement. If you understood the guys at that, oh my god, that wrestling room with the team I was on was even worse than a murderous row brutality. You guys have no idea of the guy, Dennis McSweeney, the McSweeney that they. I mean, it's it's just ridiculous. Some of those guys were utterly ridiculous. So there's that, and then there was let's see, I'll explain this a little bit. Say what? Hit him with the full shoulder me. Neck it down, 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 neck it down with the dip, neck it down, neck it down. So we won district. So that was okay. District 15 championship. So we were first and second in the whole state of New Jersey. That team, my freshman and sophomore year. Yeah, exactly. So that means that we were ranked first and second in the entire country, basically, almost, or maybe we're like top 10 in the whole country, if because New Jersey's always ranked like top 5. So our team could have been ranked anywhere from like 10 to 5 in the whole country that year, those years. So that's pretty much why I didn't take a scholarship to, ironically, St. Mary's, Bergen Tech, or Bergen Tech Academy, because those schools wanted me to wrestle for them too. But the thing was that when I was going into my freshman year of high school, I already saw that the team there was already legit elite. So I didn't care about grades and shit at that time. I did not. I was on honor rolls and stuff going into high school. I already had high grades, and I didn't care about any of that stuff because it came too easy. I would be able to sit in a class, do absolutely nothing, and pass every single test with like A's. I don't know. I didn't have to work that hard, and like science, literature, history, stuff like that. I did not have to work at all to ace stuff. It just came too easy. So I didn't really care about grades. I was like, this is like just like I wanted to be an athlete. So why was I going to go to a school like we crushed St. Mary's and Bergen Tech and stuff those years. So I didn't really care about going there because they like I already had a varsity spot on the sport that I wanted to do. I wasn't going to school for grades and shit at that point. So, you know, they that team was produced. I mean, you're talking like legit, like top country, like guys that could have went to the Olympics. So there was really no point. Plus, I already was like a state runner up with half of those guys in seventh and eighth grade, and they were in high school. So half of my team was already there before I got there. So there was that too. So it just didn't make sense for me to go to another high school at that time. But you know, looking back, I don't know. Having that title, to have that title forever, even though it's like whatever for me, because like I know a lot of retards, they want to tell my story even though I have no idea who I am or anything that I accomplish and stuff. But that will always like no moron, no matter what the retards say, like that's not gonna take away the fact that I contributed to one of the best teams in the country at that time. So in the state, whatever. So whatever. That's just whatever. That's always gonna be there. And my if I got straight A's my freshman year, no one would give two shits. That not it's not remembered in the history books of what grade you got, but this is this will be there forever. So
Neck it down, 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 neck it down with the dip, dip, dip. Neck it down, neck it down, neck it down, neck it down.